If I was broke again, like I absolutely had no cash and I had to start completely over right now in 2025, this is exactly what I would do. I would grab my computer, I would go to freewholesaling.com, I'd go to this YouTube channel, I'd learn how to do what I had to do. I'd slam some caffeine, probably put some hype music on, maybe some Gunna, classic Gunna Lil Baby type vibes. And I would go out here and get massively rich, probably take about a month, make $20,000. That's what I'm going to teach you today. Because right now, you're watching this video, you have no emotion, fam. You're not wearing the 808 Balenciaga Supreme collabs, okay? You're not wearing, your drip is not there, okay? You got no motion, fam. What I'm going to do is show you how to get that motion so you can pull up to your high school reunion in that Lamborghini Aventador and let your high school crush know that she was wrong for saying no to you and going with Brad, who's now a lawyer and actually kind of rich and successful. We're going to show Susie why she should have gone with you at the high school prom. But to do this, we have to get massively rich. We have to get massively successful. We have to go out here and get that drip, okay? And last time I checked, the Louis store doesn't give discounts, so we got to get rich. So if I had to start completely from scratch, I had no cash, I wouldn't become successful, this is exactly what I would do step by step. Now, if you have no money, $20,000 a month is completely achievable. No cash, nothing. Start completely from scratch. Anybody can do this. I've pretty much dedicated most of my life to teaching people how to do that. But here's the problem. Most wholesalers know that they're supposed to be doing this. Now, most wholesalers know, yes, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's how I should become successful. But here's the problem. Most people still can't become successful. They're like, okay, Zach gives me all the information. Zach gives me all the game, all the success. And we see all these other rich people getting rich, but like, why am I not becoming successful, right? Well, we're going to do a clean slate today, okay? Where we're going to completely computer wipe, hard drive wipe your brain cells so you have no knowledge of what is going on in the world. All you know is what I'm about to teach today. So just take all that trash wholesaling info from all these other stupid people, throw it in the trash, and let me load up some new software in your brain so you become successful in wholesaling. Now, I'm really good at teaching people how to make a lot of money in wholesaling. That is just not a that is something that just the truth now. I've not been I can't tell a lie anymore. Okay, I'm really good at getting people rich, but I'm only good at getting people rich when they want to listen to me. See, half of y'all want to hear me and get hyped up and say, "Yeah, go Zach," but the other half of you guys don't actually want to do what I say. So what we're going to do today is we are going to actually learn step by step what you do when you have no cash. Now, first and foremost, I think the first thing you have to do if you want to start getting success in wholesaling is you have to learn the game. Cannot stress this enough. Most people want to just run into wholesaling real estate without knowing how the game works. Now, some people, don't call it a game. It's a game. You know, you can call football a game, basketball game, whatever you want to call a game. But it's the best analogy I can put it because in a game, there are other players that want to destroy you. There is the ops, as Gen Z loves to say. There's the opposition. There's the other team. You're on the offense, they're on the defense. And they are looking to destroy you. They're looking to beat you in the game. Now, it's not like boxing where it's like 1v1. It's more of a team sport, except you're running you're the offensive line, you're the quarterback, you're the running back, you're all of it, right? And somebody else is all of it too. But the thing is, inherently like sports and with games, other teams sometimes have inherent advantages, right? So if you are, 5'3", and you're playing basketball one-on-one against Kobe Bryant, who's like 6'6", 6'7", he has some inherent physical gifts that you don't have, okay? Now, that is not fun. That's why sports can get kind of lopsided sometimes, right? That's why Tua would be the greatest quarterback of all time if he was just 6'6". But that's just not where the cards are at right now, okay? That's not where his Polynesian genes dealt him. Even though there's some tall Polynesian dudes out there, he's, I think he's like the same height as me, and everyone calls him short. He's like 6'1", 6'2", but whatever. Cool part about wholesaling real estate is it's not about your physical gifts. It's not even about how smart you are either. Okay, like I think I'm a living, breathing testament about this. You don't have to be a genius out here to be really rich and successful in wholesaling. If you got the 2 brain cells, not 1, not 3, just 2, you can become successful. Now, the one thing that I'm not going to say, because it's just it's so dumb, it's so cliche, but like I'm really successful because I just don't have an off switch. That's probably the number one skill set that I have in wholesaling real estate has always made me the most success, the most cash, just the most amount of success I can attribute to is because I've been told by lots of people I just do not have an off switch. I don't know how to chill. I don't know how to stop talking about wholesaling. I just don't know when to stop. Okay. I mean, literally 2 days ago, I ended a 27-hour live stream to promote the new M2M group that we had. Insane. I went for 27 hours straight. So that shows I don't have an off switch. I don't know what else would. But basically, that's not what today's about. Today's about understanding the game of wholesaling and really how wholesaling real estate inherently works. And so I think the first thing about understanding the game of wholesaling and really actually getting success in here is really understanding first and foremost, okay, and again, I don't understand how some wholesalers don't understand this, but this game is very beatable. The wholesaling real estate, like whole entire thing, it's completely able for you to go out here and make a ton of money in this business, right? Anyone can go out here and make all the cash, all the success, and all that success in wholesaling. But the number one thing that you need to know and you need to understand, okay, is this game is very takeable. You can become a rich success on here. Now, the reason why you can go out here and become super crazy, super duper successful in wholesaling real estate is if you can understand that there is a number, okay? There is a number that will make you successful. Okay. I'll call this what do I call it? I call it the success number. Okay. That's the best way that I can really describe this. I'm going to call it the success number. Okay. This is the number that you need to get to become successful. So it might be a certain amount of calls, a certain amount of texts, a certain amount of hours that you put into wholesaling real estate. That is kind of the point. Okay. If you can go out here and do the calls, do the texts, and do kind of the effort that has to be done, okay, you will go out here and make a ton of money in wholesaling. But the problem is, and the problem that I see all the time is so many people don't know what this number is. So they just feel like, oh, well, I guess they can't become successful. And I'm like, well, why can't you become successful? What is stopping you from having success right now in wholesaling? And time again, it's always, well, I just don't know what this number is. I have no idea what number I have to achieve to have success. So for example, if I told you right now that if all you had to do was make 1,000 driving for dollars leads, okay? If I told you that 1,000 driving for dollars leads is your number, that will produce you $20,000 a month, okay? So you do the math. 1,000 divided by, let's say you did it every single day, about 33 a day, so equals to literally, what I'm saying is, if you get 33 trying for dollars leads a day, you would go out here and make 20K. If I could give you that promise, that guarantee, who out here would go out here and do it every day for 30 days straight? Who here live would go out here and do it? I think everybody in here would do that if that was guaranteed. Okay, right? I think that's pretty much guaranteed. Right? Let me know in the comments. Let's see this live. Let's do a live experiment. Who in here, if I did that, would 100% do that for me? If I could guarantee your success, make $20,000. Thing is, we're getting, oh, yes, me. Yes, I'll do it. I do it. I love it. I love how everyone's saying that. Yes, of course I do it. Now, the unfortunate thing about this, and the craziest thing is, I still to this day, all right, what's up, Max? Still to this day, okay, I find that most people can't even get to that number. I just gave you a guarantee, almost guarantee, right? That would literally be, let's do the math, 20,000 divided by 1,000. Let's see here. Let's do 20,000 divided by 1,000. Comes out $20 for drawing for leads. That's not bad because you can get like 3 or 4 out in an hour. But here's the craziest part. Most people still can't do it. They still won't do it. And if it took you, let's say 160 hours to go out here and do 20 grand, so $20,000 out of 160 hours, it's about, again, I did the math on the other day, but $125 an hour when you are broke. That's what the math basically comes out to doing this. And if we had sticky notes, it gets even better. But here's the problem. Most people watching this still can't do it. Guys, you'll be making about $125 an hour. But here's the problem. How this whole thing works, and this is why most people are still struggling, and it just makes me want to scream all day, is because they'll go do this. They'll do drawing for dollars leads 1 through 200, and they won't get any deals. And then they basically say this: oh, wholesaling sucks. This business doesn't work. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go into drop shipping. Like, bro, this is why so many people just can't stick to this. It's the same exact thing. All right, same exact thing. We just got to change the word deals into something. 1 to 200 days. All right. So let's say you spent 200 days at the gym, and currently right now you're 500 pounds, and now you're like 300 pounds. Oh, but I don't have abs. Right? I don't have abs. I don't have abs. I don't have defined abs. So I guess this gym thing sucks. I'm going to quit going to the gym. I don't have abs. It's only been 200 days. That's the problem. And no, actually, my bad. Let's say you just did 20 days in the gym. I don't have a six-pack after 20 days in the gym. Oh, I guess I'm done. Guess I got to get on Ozempic. That's the thing. Most people will they'll put in 7 days into drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars. And then they'll go and tell me, oh, I don't have any deals. This sucks. Wait, this guy talking about wholesaling land. I got to do land now. Oh my gosh, I got to go out here and do on market. I got to do that. Bro, just stick to one thing. Stick to it for a month, 2 months, 3 months. But people can't stick to anything anymore. Again, the bar has never been lower to succeed. But the problem is nobody understands the wholesaling game like this. There are so many leads that you can get from any source. And if you just stick to really any of them for long enough in most markets, you're going to get deals. But the problem is people can't do that at scale, right? They just can't endure this. They just can't endure. They always give up so dang early. And the great Tony Robbins said this. No, Tony Robbins always says this, but I think this is a quote from Bill Gates. But I'm probably not. Bill Gates probably stole that from somebody because he steals everyone's ideas sometimes. But this quote was, people overestimate what they can do in the short term and underestimate what they can do in the long term. So if you estimate that you can make 20,000, you might say, I make $20,000 this month, and you might not make anything, or you might make 10 grand. But you might think, I'll make about 100 grand in the next 2 years, and you make $500,000 in the next 2 years, right? It's because us as human beings will always overestimate what we can do in a short term, but we always underestimate how compound interest works over your knowledge and your skills in wholesaling. But to this day, people still go through this game, right? And I love showing stories of successful wholesalers. I think our 27-hour live stream had so many awesome, crazy, amazing success stories of people who just, struggle a little bit, but boom, I got out here and became successful, right? So the wholesaling game is so takeable. It's to go out here and have success. We always go out here and put $20,000 on the wall. Like, I watched this video. I clicked on this video because I want to make $20,000, right? I think that's why everyone, either you just hear from my sexy face and amazing voice, but probably because you want to go out here and make 20 grand. The thing is, if you want to go out here and make $20,000, most people focus on that. That's all they look at. All their eyes, okay, hopefully I can make an eyeball that's not inappropriate. All the eyeballs get thrown into looking at $20,000. Now, what if I told you that's not how the wholesaling game ever works? That is not how I teach this business. This is not how anyone becomes successful. If your eyes are on making $20,000, this is how you stay broke. Kind of like I said in the beginning, if your whole goal to get to in wholesaling is so you can get some nice Balenciagas, okay, that look like they're from Walmart, okay. High fashion has a circle where it looks like you're broke, but like you're rich and then you look like you're broke now. But if you're doing this just so you can get like a Lamborghini, you are never going to have success in this business. You're never, ever, ever going to get any deals. Because if you just do it I want to make 20 grand. And you start doing this thing like, okay, I'm going to go manifest $20,000. Bro, you manifest 20 grand by calling and dialing and texting and drawing for dollars and just buying PPL leads, whatever it is. You manifest it by producing leads. You don't manifesting by going out here on your knees and praying for success, right? A funny story that, you know, a lot of pastors, and this is not a religious thing, but I think it's a really funny story about how wholesalers view life and how people view life too, is there once was a man at sea, and he was by himself fishing, and there was a bad storm, and he had a life raft on the boat, and he went on the life raft, and he was lost at sea on his life raft, and he had a Bible with him. He was reading the Bible and he was praying, and he prayed to God, and he said, "Oh God, please save me. I've gone like 7 days without food. Please, please, please save me." And the Coast Guard arrives the 8th day and says, "Hey, here's the ladder. Drop down. We'll go save you." And he says, "No, I'm waiting for God to save me." And the Coast Guard said, "Okay, fine, I'll leave." And then the next day, a fishing boat comes and says, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're abandoned. Take some food. Let me go save you. Come on the boat. We're going back in." And he says, "No, I'm waiting for God to save me." And then the next day, a storm happens and he drowns to death. And then he goes to heaven and he tells God, "God, why didn't you save me?" He said, "I sent you a Coast Guard and a boat. What are you talking about?" And the moral of the story is some of you guys are praying for a lead or praying for success. And maybe what you've been praying for is the opportunity to learn wholesaling for free. And then you go out here and then make the calls and do the deals. It's just like you want to dig a hole and you pray the hole gets digged, but maybe a shovel comes to you. Maybe you pray for the strength to lift the weights and some protein powder comes. You still got to work hard, but like you're praying to catch fish and maybe the heavens brings you a fishing rod. It's not so the fish just come. You have to go out here and have the tools to use it, right? So the point is, everybody in here is just, it's just crazy, okay? It's like so many people are just praying that I need to become successful for my family. I have to go do it. And then you just imagine that all the easy, simple deals just come to you like this. It is not how wholesaling works. You have to work for it. The prayers that you should be having for success in wholesaling is never for it to be easy. It's that you can have the strength to do it every single day. It's not for the prayers that you get a deal in a day. It's the prayers that you have the strength and the wisdom and the passion to go out here and make the calls, because once you make the calls, you get the deal. Okay? Simple. So many people just want, oh my gosh, I just, and so the thing is, everybody is just looking at, and this is kind of like the boat story, right? I want to be saved. I want to be saved. I want to be saved. When you're not looking at, how do I flag a boat? How do I make sure somebody sees me? So the thing is, you should be not looking at making $20,000. You should be looking at, I need to do 1,000 drawing for dollars leads. See, if I made this video and I made the title of the video, and I'm just telling the truth, if I made the title of this video, if I had no money, this is how I'll do this. If I had no money, this is how I do 1,000 drawing for dollars leads as soon as possible. Would everyone say, "Oh, not clicking on that one"? Because I don't want to do the work. I just want to make the money. Like, do you want me to go to stake.com and do the little blackjack and do that? Is that do you want me to make this YouTube channel about how to gamble your way to 20 grand? I mean, you're not going to win. Okay. Odds are stacked against you, bro. But the problem is so many wholesalers just, they want to go out here and they just want the simple answers. And then they go tell themselves that they can't become successful. The thing is, understanding the game is every single person that you see become successful, they all did the work, right? So for example, right, you go to William, he says, my wife thinks it's a scam. Your wife thinks it's a scam because she doesn't go to freewholesaling.com. She doesn't talk to 1,000 people that got their first deal in the past like 4 or 5 months from the group. That's the truth. And the thing is, everyone wants to become successful, but it's like, okay, why don't you actually talk to some people who actually are getting success and see what they did to work hard? They're all doing the 1,000 calls, 2,000 texts, all these things. And so the game to understand in wholesaling is you do the work, you get paid. All right. It's just absolutely ridiculous. That's why every single 10-year-old, okay, every single 10-year-old wants to become an NFL quarterback, or they want to become the next LeBron James. And then they figure out that LeBron James works out 7 hours a day, 7 days a week for like 15 years straight, even as a kid. And then you realize that, oh, that's a lot of work. I don't want to do that. Huh. Interesting. And only the ones that are willing to work hard ever really even get anything in success. So wholesaling real estate is a simple process. You just got to produce leads. All right. I call it the upward spiral. But again, the thing is, you produce leads. That makes you give offers to a bunch of people, right? Then you get contracts. And then you dispo those contracts. And then once you dispo it, it will make you all the money. So most people look at, oh my gosh, I want to go out here and make the money. No. Hey, bro, get to the back of the line and start right here at leads. All right. Everybody wants to cut the line to success. They want to say, I don't want to produce leads. I just want to make offers. I just want to have locked up contracts. No, I just want dispo. No, I just want to get the money. No. Hey, bro, beep, back to the line, buddy. If you want any of that stuff you want the mega prize, right? You want to go out here and get all that cash. You have to start at leads. You cannot go anywhere else. You got to start at the leads. All right. Simple as that. So we're talking about this. Now some of you are like, well, can you just buy like iSpeed lead leads from X Leads and stuff like that? Yeah, of course you can. But the whole point is you're broke. You got no motion, okay? All right, you don't have the sick watch, all right? You don't got the cool whip, so nobody cares, all right? You ain't got no cash. You got no cheddar, okay? Jeez, man, all right? So many people out here trying to get that cheddar, all right? Now, to get that, you have to start at leads. This is where everything gets produced. If you have no leads, you make no offers, you have no locked up contracts, and you can't sell a contract if you got no leads coming in. Now, you can talk about JVing, but like most people don't have that. So what I'm telling you to do first and foremost is to go out here and produce leads. That is how the wholesaling game works. 80% of your time is going to be put towards producing leads. But most people don't want to talk about that. Most people can't get started on that. Most people don't want to have that conversation. They don't want to go out here and produce leads. Okay? They don't want to do it. So what I'm telling you right now is start with getting leads. That is where it all starts. This is where you all start making money. Okay? So number one, understand the game. Now, to learn the wholesaling game, I have the greatest wholesaling course of all time. It is called freewholesaling.com. Is where I teach wholesaling real estate absolutely for free. So if you want to learn how to wholesale real estate absolutely for free, just go to freewholesaling.com. The reason why freewholesaling.com is the greatest course of all time is because I've spent a whole year of my life dedicated to creating the most condensed, perfect wholesaling course of all time. Like, I explained everything. And I used to have a 200-hour course on how to wholesale real estate. But guess what I did? I condensed that course to 20 hours, from 200 hours down to 20 hours. That's how crazy, right? And the only possible way that you can go and learn wholesaling real estate is not from the grapevine or just trying to get, like, guys, here's the problem about wholesaling. It's not like drop shipping. It's not like crypto, right? It's not day trading. I just can't teach you a simple strategy. Buy the stock, sell the stock. Here's a candlestick. I can't teach that. I can't teach you the whole process in 15 minutes. But here's the problem. Most people don't have attention spans that long. All you do is just doom scrolling all day on your TikTok or Instagram. Oh, I can't do anything. What I'm telling you to do right now is it might take 20 hours to go through the whole course, but you'll know everything about wholesaling. Back and forth, you'll be an expert. And you'll have all the skill sets you need to make 20 grand a month. Now, if you want to go scale up or to guarantee your success and actually have some accountability, go to joinm2m.com, join our new paid school group, and we can go teach you. But honestly, you don't even need to do that. All you have to do is just go to wholesaling.com, learn how to get a bunch of money, then you go. That's how you do it. Okay? That's how you get money. So number 2, once you start figuring this out, once you start being, okay, I understand. Leads. Gotcha. Now what you got to do is you have to do what we call reverse engineering your success. All right? Simple as that. You have to reverse engineer your success. Now you might be like, okay, Zach, how do I reverse engineer my success? Well, this one's pretty simple. Okay. How do you reverse engineer? Well, let's engineer your success first and do it in reverse. So let's say I need you to call 3,000 leads to get a wholesaling deal. Okay. You got to do 3,000 leads you got to call. That will probably produce you a $20,000 wholesaling deal. Gotcha? Make sense? Cool. Okay. So let's just go reverse it and like, okay, 30,000 calls. Okay. Well, let's do the math. 30,000 calls. How many days? Monday through Friday? Gotcha. So that means in a month, you have 25 days you can do this. Okay. Well, that means that, let's do the math, 3,000 calls over 25 days means you'll go out here and do 120 calls a day. 120 calls a day. Pretty easy. A day. And if you can get 50 calls an hour, 50 calls an hour, roughly that's going to be 2.5 hours per day. 2.5 hours a day. So that is exactly where you got to be at to make 20 grand. So either you're willing to do that or you're not willing to do it. That's pretty much it. So that's what I call reverse engineering your success. And so this makes it where it's so simple, where it's like, okay, let's just kind of look at the math here. That basically means you just got to put 2.5 hours per day into this business. You spent 2.5 hours today probably on Safari. No joke, no cap. Okay, you probably spent 3 hours today watching some football games. So if you do that every single day, you're going to be bound to get leads and successful wholesale deals. And this didn't really happen on the 27-hour world record live stream I did, but this does happen. It tends to happen a lot where I'll do one-on-ones with people. We'll do some one-on-ones today too, but I'll do one-on-one calls with people, and these calls get nuts because they always come up to me and say, Zach, I haven't got any success. Why am I not making money? They always sound like that. Not in a mean way, but like I always said, I'm like, okay, well, let's go over your numbers. They're like, no, don't go over my numbers. It's just, this business is so hard. I just want to like, I don't know. Like I ain't a good therapist. I'm a terrible therapist. Okay. I just tell you what you got to start doing. Stop being a crybaby about things. But I would say, okay, well, how many calls do you make? I made 100 calls. 100 calls overall what? In 2 months, I made 100 calls. I said, oh, you're making 50 calls a month. That's 2 calls a day. So you're calling 2 people a day. Yeah. Okay. How many of those 100 calls did people pick up? What's your contact rate? What's that? Like, these are legitimate, and anyone in the comments can vouch for me here. These are legitimate conversations I have with people. What's a contact rate? What's a good rate of somebody picking up the phone versus me calling? Like, what script do I use? Because you guys want to watch a 5-minute YouTube video on how to make 20 grand a month. Like, this is a real legitimate business. These are people's houses and lives at stake. Like, you should put some, I guess I'm not asking for any money. I don't ask for any money for you to learn how to get into this game. You go to freewholesaling.com, you learn it all for free. But for you asking this question, you just didn't go through the free course. And I don't know how many times I've said the word freewholesaling.com in my life, but it's crazy. It's insane. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. So I'm like, well, you need to be closer to like 1,000 calls a month. They're like, oh, what? And they're like, I don't have time for that. I'm like, why? I'm in college. You wouldn't understand. And I'm like, I graduated college in like 17 months on a full ride scholarship. Like, I understand. And I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Oh, well, you don't understand. I'm in business school. No, I did that in business school too. Like, well, you probably went to a community college. No, I went to a big university. Like, so, like everyone's like, people just want to project their issues onto me and tell me I can't become successful because of this. And I've never met one human being on this earth that has thrown me an excuse where I say, oh, that's a wrap. You're never going to become successful. Loser. Human beings are really good at adapting. And I have lots of proof of this. One of the biggest proofs I have of this is our ancestors, thousands of years ago, used to work 16 hours a day. And I'm like, what do you mean? Our ancestors used to go out here and hunt antelope and saber-toothed tigers. I don't know if that's historically accurate, but like in elephants and all over the world. Okay, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. All right. And they woke up in the morning when the sun went up, went hunting, and went home 12 hours later and cooked for like 4 more hours, then slept and repeated it 7 days a week. There's no Gregorian calendars like 15,000 years ago. So I know human beings used to work all day long. So you complaining to me that you have to work 2 hours to call, oh my gosh. If you were born 20,000 years ago, and you're like a guy or gal, right? I mean, maybe you go out here and be a gatherer. You go, picking berries for 14 hours a day. But like, you're just telling me right now that like, oh my, there's zero, like your brain won't explode working 15 hours a day. I worked 15 hours a day for almost 4 or 5 years straight, just wholesaling. I promise you, I didn't go into a mental psychosis. Did I physically lose my mind? It's still lost, but that's okay because I'm rich now. So when you're rich, it's okay to be that crazy, right? You're considered a genius when you're rich and crazy. When you're crazy and broke, then you're just not good. But I'm mentally crazy, but I'm rich by doing it. So people call me a genius. That's the main difference between genius and loser is just how much money you make. Because when you're crazy, it all makes sense, right? So that's the thing about it. Most people just can't reverse engineer their success and then just do the calls 2.5 hours a day. And whenever somebody tells me, I like going after younger people because this is the easiest one. It's just fish in a barrel for me, shooting fish in a barrel. They always say, Zach, I just have no time. I'm like 19 years old. I have no time. So I always say, okay, show me your phone and screenshot what your screen time on your, do you have an iPhone? They're like, of course I have an iPhone. Okay, give me your iPhone and show me your screen time on it. Pop up your screen time right now. Screenshot it and send it to me. And they say, what? And I'm like, show me your screen time right now. You're way too busy. So that screen time should be 1 hour. Well, no, show me your screen time. It's not working on my phone. Oh, does screen time just not work for iPhones anymore? Did Tim Cook just say, hey, you, Fred, we're going to take screen time off of Fred today? Like, I'm not dumb because you don't want me to see that you have 14 hours a day or like 10 hours a day on your screen. Nobody wants to have any accountability in their lives. That's the craziest part. Could you imagine? And again, I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this, but I really don't care. Could you imagine there was a counter on your phone that said how many calories you consumed for the day? So when you ate something, it's just say on your phone how many calories you just ate. And then somebody's like, let's say, just say they're a little huskier. And you're a weight loss specialist and say, show me your phone how many calories you ate today since you just eat 1,000 calories a day and you can't lose weight. I'm sorry about this, but if you are 500 pounds and you eat 1,000 calories a day, I don't care what your metabolism is, you will lose weight. if you ate 1,000 calories a day, you just ate, let's say you ate a pound of chicken and 500, if you ate 1,000 calories of chicken and 1,000 calories of rice, just bland rice, bland chicken, 2,000 calories. No, let's call it, 2,000 calories and you weighed 500 pounds. I promise you, you would lose weight over a month. Your metabolism isn't the problem. People love giving metabolism excuses. You don't understand. No. I understand the laws of thermodynamics. I understand science pretty well. So the reason for that is we don't have a magic counter that says how many calories we eat. So if you're still fat, it's going to show you ate 6,000 pounds of Twinkies that no one saw, right? Thing is, you can eat in secrecy and then say, oh, I don't eat. And then you go out publicly to a lunch and say, oh, I don't really eat too much. I'm not hungry. I don't eat too much. And then you're still 600 pounds. But the thing about it is we have something on our phones that show our screen time. So you can't lie about that. You can't lie about it. Okay? So when your phone says you spent 6 hours today on TikTok, that's the thing. So that is exactly how you reverse engineer your success. And so what you got to do, all right, is you just got to make the calls. That's it. I say 120 calls a day. If you could add in 30 drawing for dollars leads every single day, if you're in person, virtual, do the government list. We give the government list for free on freewheeling.com. You become successful. So a lot of people say, well, Zach, I can't go out here and skip trace 3,000 properties. It's like 60 hours a month. I don't have the time for it. I give you some leeway there because it's actually kind of rough. Go out here and do all the skip traces. It's pretty rough. So that's why I created it's the best, most affordable software ever. And again, not to plug it or anything, but I did make the best wholesaling software of all time. It's called X Leads. And when you go get X Leads, you're able to get 25,000 skip traces included in all plans for under $97 a month, which is disgustingly crazy. There's no software that's even that price. The reason is and again, I shouldn't even plug it this much. I shouldn't be wearing an X Leads hat right now. I just think it's amazing. I just love the X Leads logo. The reason for this is I sell the software at cost. Like I don't make money on the software. Okay. After everything I make and everyone I pay, like it don't make money. X Leads don't make money. But I try to provide the cheapest and highest quality software out there. The reason why I can have 24-hour live support, X Leads is making too much money. I said, okay, well, let's add Zoom support. Okay, I'm not trying to make profit on this thing. How do I just add more customer service and make it even better? And so I'm telling everybody, if you don't have the time for skip tracing, which most people don't, just go to X Leads. Mostly everyone has X Leads. It's really cheap, $97 a month. That's what I do. But the reason is for me not to go out here and tell you have to get X Leads. The reason I'm saying this is, first and foremost, X Leads is the best wholesaling software ever. We all know this. But another plug about this is there are people on freewheeling.com that have X Leads that their export limits are just way too much. So what I mean by this is, again, I'm not asking for money right now. I'm just telling you this. Like, let me tell you. Okay, first of all, X Leads is awesome, but there are people on X Leads that have the Pro plan. The Pro plan has 40,000 exports a month. So let's say, for example, you signed up for X Leads and you got the Pro plan right now. Okay, that would be on October 5th, right? That means the billing cycle you'll be billed again on November 5th. Now you actually have to have the annual plan. So let's call this the basic, whatever, right? Let's say you're doing it monthly, right? That means on November 5th, if you did not export your 40,000 for October, it automatically resets. So let's say you exported 20,000, right? Which is still a big list. That means you have 20,000 left to export. But guess what happens on November 5th at midnight? It resets back to 40,000 for the month. So what I mean by this is there are, and I'm telling you, over 5,000, this is mind blowing, there's over 5,000 X Leads members, like, whoa. And all of them have at minimum 25,000 exports. We got people with 40,000 exports. We have people on the X plan with 60,000 exports. I promise you, I know the back-end stats on X Leads. People are using probably half of that because it's already way too much. So here's the cool part though, okay? Here's the really, really, really awesome part. If you can reach out to people and say, hey, whose billing is about to recycle an X Lead? So who's about to hit their next billing cycle that has 20,000 exports remaining? Can you skip trace of properties for me And in exchange, I will give you half my deal. That's the cool part. You can find people inside of freewholesaling.com. There's over 5,000 of them who have X leads. And they might say, hey, I have all these skip traces. How about you give me some code violations? I'll skip trace it for you. I'll give you that list. And in exchange, you give me part of your deal. There are people making $10,000 a month doing this on X leads. It'll pay for your X leads for 2 years straight. It's absolutely awesome. And what I'm telling you to do is if you have no money for X leads, that's fine. Find somebody in freewholesaling.com who has a ton of X leads exports and ask them to skip trace it for you inside of X leads. And then they can give the list and boom, you're good to go. That's why I'm plugging X leads right now. Not because I need you to go sign up for it, but I'm just saying you can find somebody who has it. We have over 5,000 people. That's it. Simple as that. So you just go to freewholesaling.com, find someone that has it. I'll actually do a quick highlight real quick. What's this guy's name? He was making a post on it earlier today too. Let's go find where he's at. Where's my guy? There's Daryl, my boy Daryl. So Daryl's hanging out at freewholesaling.com today and yesterday. I mean, I'm in it every single day. But basically, Daryl out here, shout out to my boy Daryl, my guy. But Daryl has X leads, and he's saying, hey, go DM me. I have X leads. I don't even use anywhere close to the amount of exports that I need. Who here needs 1,000 skip trace leads? I'll go give it to you. Just DM me and let's do some deals together. Isn't that awesome? Now, I'll tell you this. Wait, is that legal to do? Is that part of the X leads terms and service? Here's the problem. Any other wholesaling software, I'm pretty sure that's extremely illegal to do. It's not part of their terms and service. But guess what? I am the founder, CEO. Me and Rick are like co-CEOs, I guess. He's president, I'm CEO. Maybe I'm president, he's CEO. I don't know. But I own X leads, so I can give you permission to do whatever you want on X leads. So I give everyone permission to do it because I just want to help people out. Because I literally only made X leads to help the community. So shout out to Daryl. So if you're in freewholesaling.com, which everyone in here should be in freewholesaling.com, reach out to Daryl. He'll go out here and send you, he'll skip trace your leads. Now, he's probably has to wait. He's probably going to get too many people like reaching out to him right now for it. But he's more than happy to go out here and work with you and help you out here. Like Captain Red said, I'm in school right now. Sorry, I'm in school. Who's willing to do what Zach said? Is he in school? Homie, this is literally a screenshot of the freewholesaling.com school community. Come on. Vendetta 5 said Daryl is 100. A hundo? He sent me a list as well. There we go, my boy Daryl. Cha-ching. Let's go. So yeah, check him out there. Pretty sick. Sick. There we go, my guy Daryl. So what you got to do is just reverse engineer your success. So again, do the math. How many leads do I need to do to go out here and get a wholesaling real estate deal? Simple as that. And all you got to do from there is just do the math. Is the math mathing or is the math not mathing? If you need to go out here and make 120 calls a day, do you make the 120 calls a day? It is so simple. And the best part is I own X leads, so I know how X leads works. We got all the KPIs, we got the CRMs, everything. So it tells you exactly how many calls you made, what your contact rate is, how many people picked up, how many people didn't pick up. So it's all set up in there for you of how many calls you can make, how many calls you need to make, and how you can have success and start doing a ton of wholesaling deals. It's really that easy. It is really that easy. But still, people to this day, oh, I don't know. Should I do it? Should I not? How do I become successful? Should I not become successful? How do I wholesale real? I don't know. Just do the work. I'm telling you. All right. I have grown men who are just absolutely jacked to the gills like me that say, oh, you want to get big? You got to work out every day and eat right. And then they go and say, why can't I win in wholesaling? You have to produce leads every single day and keep doing the right things, which is have the right mental clarity for this business. And that's the other thing I want to talk about. Okay. Guys, I went on like a 2-hour rant on my 27-hour live stream. And I finally rested. I slept like 14 hours and I woke up and I was like, I promise you, I woke up from that live stream. I woke up, I said, I don't even know where I'm at right now. That's how, it's good sleep when you wake up, you say, where am I? What day is this? Where am I? I woke up like, where am I? Oh, wait, hold on. Whoa. Okay. That's how good I slept. But the funny thing about it is the mindset is like anything in life. It is just so destructive if you have a terrible mindset for things. And one of the biggest mindset, shifts I try to, make men and women in wholesaling really understand and learn is if you don't believe you can do it, you're never going to do it. So I'm using another basketball analogy, so don't get mad at me. But if you go out here and you have a basketball and you try to make a shot, you have to believe you're going to make the shot. If you don't, if you take the ball and say, I don't think I'm going to make it. Like you could make it, but you're statistically, you're less likely to make it than if you believe you can do it and you have confidence. Now, what's the definition of confidence? Everyone's like, I want confidence. I want confidence. I want confidence. Okay. Well, if you want confidence really bad, what is the definition of confidence? Well, the definition of confidence is a belief in the words you say and the actions you do. So if you believe in what you're doing, right? So if you believe in your calling, when you call, you believe you can become successful, you believe you can get a lead, you can believe you actually get a wholesale deal, you tend to become more successful doing that. If you actually go out here and believe in yourself. So for example, when you're talking to a seller and you're super scared, oh my gosh, what do I say? I don't know what to do. You don't believe that you can actually close the person. You don't believe you can have a conversation. You don't believe, and some people have the, they call it imposter syndrome. They don't believe that they're actually a real like cash buyer. When you and your partner are buyers together, you guys are actually kind of together on this whole transaction. Most people can't do that. They actually have zero belief in themselves and their skills and what they can actually do. It's really sad. It's really annoying too. So for you to become successful, you have to actually have an unwavering belief that you can do it. Again, most entrepreneurs, all really successful entrepreneurs have this undying belief that this is my idea, it's going to work and it can work and it's going to have success. But most people, they're just not willing to go out here and do the work that they're supposed to do. It's really sad. It's really, 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 really sad. It drives me crazy. It's very upsetting sometimes too that we have legit wholesalers that are so close to success, and the only thing that's stopping them is they just can't do the work. Can't deal with it. So what you need to do, and this is just simple math, is you just have to make it impossible for you to fail. That is simply the only answer to make 20 grand as soon as possible in wholesaling real estate. You have to go out here and make it absolutely an impossibility that you stay broke, that you stay a loser. You have to make it impossible that you stay in this little bubble of being broke and not successful. Now, how do you do that? How do you make sure it's almost a 100% chance that you become successful? Well, think about this. Just imagine this, okay? 1 year from now, you hop on one of my streams, and we're going to do some one-on-ones too, but like you hop on one of my streams and you go say, Zach, this is what I've been doing. I've been doing this, and this. And you know me, I'm just blunt with things sometimes. I just say what I think. I go, okay, let me write this down. Okay, you did this, you did this, you did this, you did this, you did it. Okay. And you got this many leads, you got this. Okay. And you haven't made any money? Wow. And you remember, I've never said this before in my life. Wow. You're the only person I've ever met that did all this work. And I looked in your back end numbers and you still haven't gotten success. Wow. I guess I'm wrong. I guess wholesaling is just not meant for you. I've never said that in my life. I've been doing these videos for 6, almost 7 years now. I had one person. You have to make it the impossible for me to say that. Like you have to do so much where it's like, so for example, if you go to me and say, Zach, I did 300 calls a day on government lists, on X leads, on the X leads dialer, every single day, 5 hours a day for a year straight. And I got no deals, 0 deals. My contact rate was 15%. And I also sent 1,000 texts a day. Just let's add that in there. I got 0 leads, 0 deals. and all my numbers were correct, I'd be like, wow, you're the first person ever. I guess X-Lead sucks. I guess that's what I have to say. But I've never encountered anybody like that, ever. I've never encountered anybody. Okay, there's one person I remember encountering that said, Zach, I made 10,000 calls. I got no leads. I got no deals. I got nothing. Wholesaling sucks. And I said, okay, I'm about to admit defeat and say, I guess you're right. Let me ask you one question. Like, what? I said, how many of those people out of the 10,000 calls that you made, how many of those people picked up the phones? He said, like 100. I was on the floor. So I just said this. So you talked to 100 people and you didn't get, and not one person out of 100 said yes. They said, yeah. I'm like, that's called a Tuesday for me. And that's just normal. You had a 0.1, you had like a 1/10 of 1% contact rate. That's insane. And the reason what the guy was his phone number was just, he called so many times it was spam likely. And no one just picked up the phone. So he wanted credit for doing his 10,000 calls. I'm like, you don't get credit for your 10,000 calls. Same thing in the gym. You don't get credit for being in the gym for an hour. You get credit for how many reps and how much work you did. Because your muscles, when you work out, if you know what you're doing, look at these guns right here. Okay. My eyes are up here, by the way. But your muscles get broken down when you work out. So your muscles don't say, oh my God, you've been in the gym for an hour. I'm just going to get bigger now. No, you have to actually break down the muscles. Okay. You guys watching the gun show on the 27-hour live stream of the bicep curls. Okay. But the thing about it is you don't get credit for making the calls. I really want you to understand this by watching this. You don't get credit by making the calls. You get credit by actually people picking up the phone and answering it that are actually homeowners. You never get credit for going out here and just making the calls. All right. That is it. You only get credit for the actual work that gets done. It's so annoying. It's just so annoying. I hear people do it all the time. Okay. It's so bad. You just want to get credit for just doing something. I guess we can do it, but like it's crazy. So what you want to do is you want to make the calls, but you want to get at least a 10 to 15% contact rate, which means if you called 1,000 people and 100 people picked up, that's a 10% contact rate. That's how you know you're doing it. Now, that's why it's important to go track your numbers. Because if you don't track your numbers, all right, if you don't know how to track your numbers, then you could be calling the wrong type of leads. And you could be calling, you could have the wrong dialer, the wrong systems, everything, the wrong script and all that stuff. Now, I will tell you this. There once was another person, all right, that, how do I say this the right way? There once was another person that made, I think, 20,000 calls and they didn't get one wholesaling deal. And I was like, wow, you're the first person that's ever done this. I said, let me figure this out because I might personally just mentor you one-on-one just to get you back on track because I've never had one person do this. And so guess what happened? He did the right calls. He did everything right except for one thing. He used another YouTuber script. And the YouTuber script, I'm not going to say exactly what it was because you guys would know who it is, but it was just like, welcome to Zach. Zach, like you call it basically, hello, this is Zach with Zach Home Solutions. And I am a real estate investor looking to invest in properties in the area. We have multi-millions of dollars looking to deploy in capital to buy properties. Would you want us to go out here and buy your property all for cash because we are investors and we have all this money? It was like a 45-second dialogue you had to say with every single person. Like, oh, way too much. And I'm like, whose script is that? They're like, it's for this guy's. I'm like, okay. If I had one of my worst enemies of all time and I wanted them to be broke forever, I'd give them that script. Okay. I would just give them that script. Because you sound like a rich prick. You also sound like a liar. You also sound like a salesman all at the same time. Like, people want to do deals with people that are like them or someone they can relate to. I don't know anybody like that I can relate to at all. Like, it's so bad. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever like dealt with what we call like finance bros. They're just like, they're like these like rich, like finance type guys that they just really stuck up. Oh, John, I'll put on my Amex. What country club are you from again? Oh, I don't go near those restaurants. We live in the north of the city. Like, you know, those type of people, like, oh my God, like, dude, I'm a rich guy. Hey, I'll tell you this. I'm a rich dude, but maybe because I came from like, not like a, rich background, I guess. Like Rick was always making money. He didn't start becoming a crazy millionaire until I started working with him. But like, it wasn't like we were living in like the craziest, like, luxuries of life. So I wasn't like one of those crazy rich, like Palm Beach type guys. I don't know. It was like Beverly Hills type people, but like, I got a lot of money, but like, I ain't got that. Like, I don't sound like that. Hopefully I have more money than those guys, but I don't sound like I'm stuck up because I don't feel like I'm better than another person. Right. And I think that's just how anyone should, go around life. But like, if I had somebody and I just wanted them to have a miserable life and be broke, okay, like absolutely, I would give them that script. Okay, I would absolutely give them that script. But you just have to make it literally impossible that you fail. So the last thing I'm going to tell you on this end is think about me. Now, I just said I'm all like nice and humble, but like, let me just talk about myself for a second. And I'm saying this in the nicest and most humble way possible with no ego intent. But I've given everybody exactly what I've done to become successful. I've given everyone the blueprint of what exactly I did when I was 18, 17, 19 years old. Not one person that I really know. There's a couple of people I kind of know, but there are a couple people that can come close to, but there's no one's really ever matched. And I'm saying this and then like, I'm trying not to like sound like I'm bragging, but I don't really know any wholesaler that has put as much work their first 5, 6, 7 years in this business than I have. I'm just being the truth. Like, I want you to understand I've said this on my 27-hour live stream, but from the ages of about 17 to 21, I legitimately woke up, wholesaled, went to the gym for an hour, went to bed, and repeated the same thing 7 days a week for 4 to 5 years straight. My youth, my 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, 22 also pretty much too. All I physically did was I woke up, I wholesaled real estate, I worked out for an hour, I ate, and went to bed. That's all I did. That is legit. Maybe I watched some Naruto on Netflix while I was eating dinner and then went back to bed. Then I went to bed. Maybe 30 minutes a day for like watching something. I don't know. Maybe the Dolphins on Sunday, but I think the game's still delayed. I don't really care. Who wants to watch the Panthers? But whatever. But basically, there's not one person that has gone even close to the amount of hours I put in this business. I think I did the calculation was over 30,000 hours I put in a wholesale my first 9 years. That's impossible. That means you'd have to spend 14 hours a day wholesale. That's what I did. I put 14 hours a day wholesaling. Ask Rick, ask any of my friends, ask any of my family, ask my sister. That's all I did. Now, was that good? Probably not. Definitely not a healthy thing to do for somebody. But I'll tell you this, it's very healthy for my bank account. And it is now an impossibility for me not to make millions of dollars wholesaling. It's impossible. Okay. And the reason for this is I have put so much work into it. When I talk to a seller, I have the best chance of getting it closed. Like you guys saw me do that live stream for 5 hours with Max, and we just went out here and just closed just closing deals and doing rapport and all that. It's not because I spend 8 hours a day on the phones. It's because I put so much hours on the phones in training that I can just build rapport with somebody like that and just close deals all day, every day. I was so good at closing sellers. You know why? Because all I did. It's all I used to do. And I'm so good at producing deals. I'm so good at teaching people how to do it because it's all I think about and do every single day. So you want to know exactly, okay, how I've become so, I put on so much work, it's impossible I don't become rich and successful doing this. And I get paid way more than most NBA players doing it, which is pretty cool. But the thing about it is you look at the other people that are like this in any other walks of life, and it's just normal. Like you look at Elon Musk, and that's all he does, work. And I'm not saying I'm very unhealthy now because now I've been able to scale out and I can work like 60 hours a week, which is not a lot actually. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I've been putting about 100 hours a week past 4 weeks for the M2M launch. I've been working with the M2M launch has been like a 6-month thing. I spent basically 2 years dedicated as one live stream, which is crazy, just to get M2M off the ground and ready to go. But I've been spending a lot of time on the M2M launch, but I also spent a stupid amount of time on X Leads. But now we got X Leads launched, we got M2M launched. Corey and Evan are doing most of the coaching work on there. I'm doing a lot of the broader pictures I'm individually going through all the students with them, but like I can go back to like 60 hours a week, maybe 40 if I'm lucky. I once tried to work 40 hours a week 3 months ago, and it did not go well. I was like, I have too much free time. Like I was just twiddling my thumbs. I was just fishing all day. Like this isn't bad either, but whatever. But basically, you have to make it literally impossible that you fail. And if you put in, let's just call it 12 hours a day, every day for 4 years straight, I don't know one wholesaler, no joke. I don't know one wholesaler at all. I don't know any wholesaler that's put 12 hours a day into wholesaling for 4 years straight that isn't a millionaire. There's just not one. I always look back at Kobe Bryant. I love Kobe, R.I.P. Kobe, right? But Kobe Bryant used to work out. I mean, he's not alive, unfortunately, anymore. But like everyone said, not Zach. They said Kobe. Like, how did you become so rich and so successful in basketball? How do you become so good at basketball? I said, well, you know my secret. They're like, yeah. What's your secret? And people would think he's like, oh, I eat portobello mushrooms on a Tuesday evening at 3 p.m. and I use the special deodorant. Like people wouldn't think that's the secret. The real secret was he worked out 6 hours a day on just basketball training, 6 days a week, his whole childhood. You can't even fathom how many hours that is just for basketball. Okay. I could sit down. Okay. I could sit down for 14 hours in wholesale. It's not like that training on my body because it's just a mental thing. But 6 hours physically playing basketball is insanity. Like absolute insanity. Like really think about that. 14 hours a day playing basketball. That is utterly insane. 6 hours a day playing basketball 6 days a week. There's no way you don't become an NBA player doing that, right? Like it's impossible. Nobody does that. Same thing I did in wholesaling. So everybody tells me like, what would I do if I was broke? I'm telling you right now, I would go out here, understand the game, reverse engineer my success, and do the work. Because people in wholesaling fail because they do the math. They say, okay, I got to do 100 calls a day, and they do 100 calls a day for 4 to 5 days, and the 6th day they do 100, and they say, oh, I don't know. It's my grandmother's birthday today. I better take 4 days off. You can make your 120 calls before grandma's B-day party, okay? And you just don't hit the number. You just got to do the work. Make it impossible that you don't get rich. Make it impossible that you stay broke. That's how you do it. Now, again, Kendall said this. You don't want to do it, but like, consistency and hard work. Like, I love Kendall. He's an awesome dude. But like, it's so cliche to say that. Nobody really wants to get into definitions of consistency and hard work. You just got to do the work that you don't want to do for a long enough time period. That's how you do it. Simple as that. So, guys, that's how you become rich. That's how you become successful. That's how you make $20,000 without any cash at all. I would also say another thing I probably would do is I would go inside of freewholesaling.com, not trying to promote it. Whatever, I might. You go to freewholesaling.com, the free wholesaling course. And what I would tell you to do is go to freewholesaling.com right here. All right. And I would go to map. Okay. And let's say you're wholesaling in Dayton, Ohio. There's like, 200 people in Cincinnati, 63 wholesalers in the community in Dayton. I would go out here and DM all the people in Dayton, Ohio and try to JV with them. Like Charles right here. Shout out to Charles. I'd go chat and DM him and hang out with him. And I would DM him and then I would JV with him. That's what I'd do if I was Charles. Simple as that. Simple. Really, there's no way that you like just stay broken in the wholesaling space. So easy. It's so easy to win. Some people still don't want to do it though. They don't. They don't want to work. Sad, it's depressing. So what we're going to do is let's answer some questions. Let's see what's going on. And I want to see how I can make you rich, successful, get some money in wholesaling. So I have just ended my 27-hour live stream Thursday to Friday. That thing was absolutely brutal. That was a lot. That was a marathon, but it was really fun. And I had an absolute blast on it. I will tell you this, I am never doing that again. I thought it would be like a lot of work, but I didn't realize it was going to be that bad. I will be honest with you. I'll be honest with everyone. I had zero clue how brutal that would be. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's not happening again. So hopefully you enjoy it. Max says, let's go. Shout out to Max. I know he's doing his big giveaway today. He's giving away 5 X Leads accounts for free. Max, what time are you doing that at? Zach is giving away 5 annual X Leads accounts today. Who's ready to get the best wholesaling software ever? Max, what time are you doing that at? That's going to be awesome. He's going away 5, which is insanity. Jerry says, does M2M include X Leads? I want to win. So M2M does not include X Leads. You can get the X plan. So you can't get the X plan. Yes. So if you get the X plan on X Leads, you do get M2M for free. 5 p.m. So that'd be 6. That'd be 6 p.m. See, he always does it at his central time. Most people don't live in Texas. But that'd be 6 o'clock. Dude, that'd be sick. I'm going to tune in for that one. That'd be awesome. Yeah, so we're doing the stream a little earlier. I have to be somewhere later today. And not many things I do to skip our 8 o'clock time slot. But I had to move it back. I'm not going to miss a stream. But I was like, okay, I can do 2. 2's the latest I can go on. So I'm going to do 2 o'clock. And yeah, so I did 2 o'clock today. Next week, we're going back at 8 o'clock. Don't worry, we're going back on track on times. And we'll be good to go. What else do I got? What I got to show before I start answering some questions? We got our giveaways for our hats and stuff like that, which is awesome. Let's go here. So what's out on the agenda? We got in 2 weeks. So I'm going to be in San Antonio on the 18th of October. I am headline speaking at Wholesaling Live, me and Rick. So that's going to be really, really fun. I'm going to be able to stream. I won't be doing my so that Saturday stream I won't be on. I'll be able to do the Saturday stream. I will not be in San Antonio. I'll actually be in a city. I'm not going to say which city. I'm actually hanging out in an American city for a whole week. So I'll take the camera on the road. We're gonna do some we'll do some mobile streaming, not from the office, but I'm taking a whole week to chill out after this launch. It'd be really cool. I never even took a vacation after the version 3 launch. But I'm trying to go on a vacation. But it's not really a vacation. It's more like seeing family and stuff too. But not in an American city for 7 days. So I'll be hanging out there. It's gonna be freezing. It's not in Florida, so it'll be pretty cool. But yeah, we're each hanging out there. Florida man doesn't know Central Time. Hey, I know Central Time very well. Okay. Let's see here. X Leads X Plan rule. I'm telling you, that X Plan is best deal ever. Best deal ever. All right, so let's answer. Oh yeah, we're gonna do some one-on-ones too. So if you want to hop on, talk to me. I always let everyone hop on, talk. Go to stream right here. And anyone's invited to hop on and talk to me. I will tell you this though. I give all the love, all the support. I don't like. I'm always the sweetest person to everybody, but I will put your feet to the fire. If you don't want to work, I will tell you you're not working hard enough. And some people don't like that. So yeah. Victor says the X plan includes M2M. Makes the most economic sense if you can afford it. I agree. What else on there? M2M's really going crazy too. We had over 515 signups, and we had like 15 people say, "Oh, I can't actually commit to the marketing." So I think it's down a little more. I think we're at 500 now. We got, I think, 30 X Plan signups last night too. So we got to move all those people in Monday. But I think we're roughly around 500 people in M2M, which is insane. So day one starts tomorrow. So that's going to be really exciting to get everyone in there. And we'll probably hit 1,000 people in there very, very quick. So it'll be crazy. Mass Kreitz, what's going on? Yo, you got to unmute yourself. All righty, I'll take you off. All righty.
Hey.
Hello, are we working?
Yeah.
There we go. What's going on?
So my son is 17 and he wanted to know if he can join your community.
Wholesaling.com?
Yeah.
Of course. I was 17 when I got my first wholesaling deal.
Awesome.
Why don't you wholesale too with him? Hello? No, you got to get back in here. Why don't you wholesale with him too?
I am. I'm trying to teach him as well.
So you're going to do it with him?
Yeah. So I used to have a real estate license in 2011 through 2016 and started learning about wholesaling. And so now I'm picking it up again.
Okay. There we go. Awesome. All righty. Well, go to freewholesaling.com. Let's get to work. All right. All right. Appreciate it. Dan says the price on M2M is wrong. No, it's not. We have over 500 people. So we got a lot of X Plan signups that are moving on there. So it's going to slowly bump back up to 500. We have a lot of X Plan people. So they're all moving in. It's over 500 now, though, in total. So sorry to tell you, Daniel. So where's M2M at? M2M at is at $215 deposit now. It goes up 5% every 100 people. So it's at 215 over 500 people. I think it's 43 on the school. We got at least 30 people coming in probably tomorrow. So that's it. We have I have 80 invites of all the X-Plan people. They're just not accepting the invite, which is so crazy to me. But yeah, we're getting them all in there. So pretty crazy. Actually send them one more invite. Where's the invite tab? There we go. All right, we're going to try it one more time. I'll just do this later. And then everyone Monday is going to get the lowball offer that was there for the 27-hour stream. So pretty cool. Alrighty. Sick. All right. All right. Yeah, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it 5%. 10% is a little nuts. So yeah, just in case you missed the live stream that we did, we have something called joinm2m.com. So that is our school group where we can guarantee your first deal in under 90 days, which is kind of crazy. But this is what the school group is. So basically, let's refresh this. So it's $215 a month for the deposit. If you can't get a deal in 3 months, going through this whole system in our one-on-one training, we can guarantee to get your money back. That's absolutely insane. So we've been running this group for actually 2 years straight. But what's really cool is we can guarantee a 95% success rate for here. And we guarantee a 100% success rate for you. So if you can't get a deal through this whole system in 90 days, you pay nothing. Which is cool. We also give you our trained Egyptian Mexican VAs at cost, $4.50. So you don't even need to even call or even do too much calling yourself. We give you all of our lead management protocols, all of our stuff. You literally just get a refundable deposit. It goes up to $226 once we hit 600 members. And you just go to joinm2m.com. It's pretty dang cool. And yeah, it's kind of crazy, but it's the only, I think, wholesaling mentorship that actually guarantees success, which is really cool. So that's how you go in there and actually do it. It's right there. So look on the bottom, joinm2m.com. I'll throw the link in there for everyone. But yeah, that's what we promoted our whole 27-hour live stream about. It wasn't about X leads. It was literally only about this. And that was really cool. And so we got a ton of people signing up, and we're going to see a ton of more success about that. And yeah, first call starts tomorrow, but we're already doing all the one-on-one messages and talking to everyone on there. So pretty cool. But yeah, unfortunately, you don't get the founders plan bonuses anymore. That was only for the first 27 hours, but hey, no big deal there. Tom says, what's your opinion on Lansing, Michigan? Lansing, Michigan's an amazing market. It's not as good as Grand Rapids, but it's still not bad. So Daniel says, what's a good amount to have spent for M2M program per month? So Daniel, first and foremost, it's not a fee, it's a deposit. You get the deposit back. You only lose it if you get a deal. So first and foremost, it's not a fee, it's a deposit. Second is the reason why we had all these people and then we had about like 10 people who couldn't go through with it anymore is we tell you if you can't spend $500 a month in marketing on top of the deposit, then we don't want you in the program. I'm just saying the truth. The point of the program is we've done this for 2 years. We have a 95% success rate if you spend $500 at minimum per month in marketing. So if you're not willing to do that, don't join the program. You do not qualify for it. But 95% success rate is kind of crazy. Yo.
Hello.
Yo, who's this?
There's a Musa here. I'm in the M2M program. Just hello.
Your name's Muzi?
Musa.
Musa.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm trying to put a face to a name, man.
Oh, what was that?
I'm trying to put a face to a name, or at least a.
Oh, yeah. It's just like my email and stuff. But it just got a quick question about uploading the CSV file to XLeads. I know you answered this in the past. I got it all formatted out. The street address, city, state, and zip code on each column. But I got like a code violation list of around like 400 leads I'm trying to upload onto XLeads. And it's only uploading like 50 of them or something like that. Would you know why that is?
Right format?
Pardon?
Is it in the right format? Like street?
Yeah, it is in the. Yeah.
Do me a favor, bro. Can you? I see you on school right now. If you can pop up that tab, I'm gonna DM you right now. Can you send me that?
Okay.
Now?
Yeah. Let me hop on my laptop real quick.
School messages, and I just messaged you.
I got you. Okay, let me send you that CSV file. Let me see. Yeah, because I'm trying to get like 3,000 government leads and 500 driving for $1 leads. Let me see.
Jerry said so. It's deposit plus X leads, X plan. No, you do not need to get the X plan. You just need to put your 500 a month in the marketing, and then you just got to go out here and put the deposit down. You do not have to. You don't have to have the X plan. You just have to have an X leads account. That's only like $97. Okay, let me know when you send that to me.
Okay, yeah, I just sent it right now.
Okay, cool. All right, let me pop this sucker up. Organize.
Yeah, I see a total of like 346 leads, but when I uploaded into X leads, it only let me see how much it uploaded. Only like around like 50 of them or something like that.
Okay. Let me look at your formatting here.
Okay.
So one thing you do is everything's all uppercase, which isn't bad. So let me just. Yeah, you have some.
Okay, so I change it to lowercase.
No. Hold on. You didn't. Yeah, your addresses aren't normalized on here. That's why I always just say to run it through ChatGPT if it's not working. So, for example, some of these addresses, I'm not trying to offend you. You literally just have quote duplex on an address, which is insane. Like this is like, dude, this is insane work. Like reference Adler Ridge tract. Like, bro, what in the world is this? And they're just not like one of these. You have Street East XXX. no offense, right? We just got to clean up this data set.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I got you. I see him right here. Yep.
So what you need to do is just throw it through ChatGPT, say clean up this data set and uncapitalize them so it's actually easy for X leads to do it. I know that's stupid, but like it'll just go out here and download the data set. Now let me throw it through X. And again, we probably need to work on when X leads imports a list, it uses its own AI to do it. But that's version 4. We're actually working on that. Let me try to import this data set now and see what it says.
Okay. I can
So
try
now,
to.
Okay, let me upload an X leads and see what it says. How big was this list?
Around like 346 leads. Now I got another question after this one.
Yeah, of course. All right, yeah, this was a lot easier. Yeah, it got I got most of them done right here.
Okay. So just clean up with ChatGPT. Okay, I got you.
I'm gonna send you the cleaned up data set right now too.
Okay, appreciate that.
Now, again, I mean, I would probably spend another like 15 minutes on this, but like I still want to be able to answer other questions. So try to clean up a little better, and you'll probably get like 90% of them imported. I got to like 70% of mine, so I just don't want to spend an extra 15 minutes on this because you can do it on your end.
Yeah.
And then also message Corey. You can message him 24/7 in M2M and Evan. Evan's really going to execute stuff too, and so they're more than happy to help you out, man.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Awesome, dude. And Musa, man, I really appreciate you hopping on. You're more than invited to hop on, talk to me. But remember, dude, you're an M2M, so you can literally message Corey and Evan anytime. And they're making 100 grand each. So they all know their stuff really good. And just do me a favor, bro, because now you're in it. Any lead, any question, hey, I have this lead. What should you do? I promise you they've been through it. That's literally why they're here. They get paid very, very good for me to do it. They will help you with everything, man. Okay?
Word. Yep. I got you. All right. Thanks for helping, man.
By the way, I answer every single post inside of M2M. It might take a day or two, but I look at personally every post inside the M2M group. Well, I look at every post in the freewholesaling.com group, but I message and personally answer back every post inside the M2M group. So make a post next time. I legitimately, bro, I'll see it. Okay.
Okay. Will do.
All right. Thanks, man. And so you're in Washington market?
Yeah, man. That's and I have like no experience. I'm like just getting started, but I have a few friends that have gone super successful with wholesaling. So
In Tacoma?
I'm like, yeah. I'm trying to hit like Tacoma and Puyallup, because they're like over 100,000 population, and then average property prices around like $500,000.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you think that those are probably tough, huh?
See, here's the thing, man. Remember, Corey and Evan only get paid when you actually get a deal. So they're going to try to be in your best interest to make sure you get a deal in 90 days, right? So we're going to have to work very closely with you. If you're not getting any success in 30 days, we're going to have to make a massive shift. But that's not because it's bad, but Tacoma is just a harder market to prove. That's why we want to individually help you out with everything. But we'll work together on this, man. So we just got to hop on the call tomorrow, and we're more than happy to help you, right?
Yes, sir. Will do.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Appreciate it. All right. Yo, what's going on?
What's going on, Zach?
You got work today?
Yeah, man. Again, well, I'm at the Balenciaga store today, doing security here. I had a quick question before my break is up. So I want to get the M2M Tuesday, like I've been saying. So if I get the S plan, will I be able to just get the M2M free, or does an extra 200 added on with the S plan?
No, if you get the X plan, the M2M's included for free.
Okay, so what you was just saying was just a half 500, just to put inside, what we have to invest in.
Yep, a month. If you can't do it, no big deal. I can just help you out. .com. There's no problem with that too.
Okay, yeah, no problem, man. Because I see all the benefits with the M2M, and about me working, I can't call how I want to, because my breaks be running up and everything. So, yeah, it's only so much I could do right now. So, yeah, I definitely want to get that. So, yeah, that's why I was joining to ask before my break was up.
No worries, man. We're happy to help you out. All right.
All right.
All right.
I appreciate it, Zach.
See you, man. All right. Here we go. Will there be another M2M signups? Mark, you can sign up anytime today. Just go to joinm2m.com. You can sign up right now. They're not 90-day class increments. You can sign up you could start in 2 months and be on day one. Like the whole point is we coach everyone on each day. Like everyone's kind of on day one Monday, but you could be on day one on Thursday, no problem. It's designed for you. It's an individual program. So you can sign up anytime on that. When I signed up I didn't do the tokens, and I know I need them for us. Clive, bro, I don't even know what the tokens are. You got to explain that a little better for me. So you can be new to have this X Leads and have M2M. Yeah, you can be completely new. That's kind of the whole point of it. And you don't even have to call. We have all the VAs for you to do the calling for you. Now the M2M marketing, you need a month for VAs, maybe another. See, you don't have to use the VA callers. Most people probably would, because it's actually less time to work like overtime, another job, and then have the VAs than you doing the calling yourself. It really depends. Zach, does that go when you have the Pro Tier X plan and you want to upgrade? So yes, we'll prorate the difference. So for example, if you have the Pro plan and you want to upgrade to the X plan, you'll get the M2M included for free. Yeah. Oh, for the A2P. So the login token, just email support@xleads.com and we're more happy to help you out with that. Yeah, we'll get your login access. Clive, do me a favor, man. Just put forgot password on the token access and you should get an email sent to you. Jerry said, how much time should we set a day? So really, oops. Oh, I don't know what I did there. It really depends, man. So okay. So here's the thing. Oops, there we go. If you are doing this with zero cash, so if you have $0 at all and you want to go out here and get into wholesaling real estate, you have $0, right? I would probably tell you with no money at all, you should be putting 60 to 70 hours a week into wholesaling. If you are broke, you should put all your time into wholesaling to actually become successful. Now, if you're working a full-time job and you don't want to and you have no money, but you're working a full-time job, again, every waking moment, I would probably put into wholesaling because you're talking to the guy that was wholesaling more than anything. Realistically, with wife and kids and stuff like that, I'd probably be at like 20 hours a week. And if you join M2M and you're in M2M and you get if you get our VAs for $4.50 an hour, you should realistically probably be working 10 hours a week in wholesaling, because the VAs are they're doing 40 hours of calling for you. They'll produce 1 to 2 leads a day. So you really spend the time during the day closing leads, following up the leads, and just doing wholesaling deals, which is kind of the point. You don't do all the marketing yourself. But it depends if you're in M2M or you're not in M2M. That's kind of the whole point. But yes, to be an M2M member, though, you have to have an X Leads account, because most people, they have to make sure the budgets work. And the easiest way for people to do we have a bunch of M2M people that say, Zach, I can't afford the $500 a month. And I say, why? And they say, well, I use this software and I use this software that's $300 a month for my CRM. I use this software for my dialer and this software. I said, okay, how about you cancel all your softwares and just get X Leads at $97 a month? They're like, that would free up $600 extra a month. I said, that's the point. So we're forcing everybody to use X Leads, because every single person that joins X Leads, they save like $500 a month in other softwares. I saw a post from a guy the other day. He was talking about his software. He was paying $900 a month for it. I'm like, bro, that's a mortgage. You're paying a mortgage for a software, which is it's almost like 10 grand a year. It's crazy. So that's where I'm at. I have no money and I work a full-time job. I was up until 5 a.m. working on this. So Mark, if you're full-time and you have no money, I would say probably 15, 20 hours a day. All you have to do is, 15, 20 hours a week, and just 2 hours a day, anything you could find, calling, texting, drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars, spend the weekends drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars. That's probably going to be your best bet right now. Richard says he pays $2,000 a month for his. Richard, bro, you just go to X Leads, dude. I'll personally help you out with anything on X Leads. It breaks my heart you spend that much on software. So I got the X plan. So there, dude. X plan is like $300 a month. Andrick said, so I sat down and did my cold calling, multiple numbers for my people, How many calls an hour should I be going through? An X-Lead single dialer, no triple. So let's do the math here. So I sat down, did my calling, multiple numbers for my people. You should roughly on a single line auto dialer be about 40 to 50 calls per hour. That's if you're using a good contact rate or anything like that. That's where I think you should be at. All right, let's see other questions we got here. Yeah, if you upgrade, you'll just get prorated. What if M2M reaches 1,000 and you get the X plan? Do you still get squeezed in? So if we hit 1,000, we're going to cap it at 1,000. Most likely what we do is put you on a wait list. And if we cap it, then we'd probably have, we just have to wait for someone to start to pay anymore. And then we'll throw the X plan people on the wait list. And I'll probably give them like a credit or something. But yeah, if we had 1,000, I still can't let you in, unfortunately. We'll put the X-Plan people on a wait list, and when couple of people bring out, we'll put people on the wait list in. But we can't do over 1,000 because remember on M2M it's individual, like one-on-one stuff. We can't have too many people on there. Plus, I personally answer every single post, so I can't. We have 52,000 people on freelisting.com. I can't go through all the posts. I can read the post, but I can't like message each one individually. Matt said, "What's M2M?" Bro, were you not there for my 27-hour live stream I just did? So M2M is our new mentorship program. It's separate than freelisting.com. So remember, freelisting.com teach you how to wholesale real estate for free. If you have a budget to put into marketing, we can turn that marketing into millions of dollars. That's why it's called Marketing to Millions, M2M. It's basically our paid school group where we have 4 wholesaling coaches that are all making over 7 figures a year. Corey and Evan are the individual one-on-one coaches for everybody. And they make each $100,000 a month, and they'll individually show you a proven system to get your first deal. The whole point of M2M is we guarantee your first deal in 90 days, or you get your money back. So you don't actually pay to go into M2M. You actually get a deposit. So you give us your deposit, and if you don't get a deal, we give you your full deposit back. But if you do get a deal, we keep your deposit. That's the whole point. Now, the only way you lose your deposit is if you join the program and then you decide you don't want to do the work, and you don't make your calls, and we tell you need to make your calls, and you still don't make calls, and you lose your deposit. So that's Marketing to Millions. It's on the bottom there. I'll scroll it for a little bit. Bro, he missed the world record. Now you have to watch a 27-hour live. So yeah, Matt, if you just joined in, we have hundreds of people that just learned what wholesaling is today too. So every day there's new people. Just go through freelisting.com. It's all in there. But yeah, it's pretty dang cool. My wife wants me to wait until I unlock the time-locked classroom modules. What do you think? Just dive in. So, Mark, if you're talking about M2M, they're all going to be time unlocked. So there's day 1 through 90. So the time unlock, it's unlocked on day 2 is a new one. So you got to go through the week 1 module, and then there's day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you're on day 2, then day 2 gets unlocked. Day 3 gets unlocked. Every single day, a new one's going to get unlocked for you. Hold on. There we go. Cool. Oh, yeah. We need to roll out a multi-line dialer and X-Plan, not a fan of the wave. It's just too hard to write some code to implement. Yes. So we are working on some dialer stuff. I will tell you this, Richard. You're going to like this, Richard. Version 4, trust me, man. I am cooking something insane. But I just can't launch it yet. Version 4 is like so close, but we're gonna give it a little time. We're gonna get a little break from the M2M launch, and then version 4, and then I'm gonna be off. There's nothing else to do after version 4. It's pretty cool. Then we got other slight tweaks we can do. Zach, is the pro plan with M2M better than basic since it has more lists? I mean, I'll be honest with you, Paul. I'd probably just get the X plan and get it all included. That's what I would do. Don't forget that version 4. WAN mode is coming. I teased it on version 3. It's a little more painful than I thought to do. But yes, WAN mode is coming, which is just basically night mode. But WAN mode is coming. I've been calling it WAN mode on purpose. But WAN mode is incoming here. Chet. I'm new to the field. I've been spending 6 to 10 hours a day studying and starting to text. So Chet, I hope you're spending 6 to 10 hours marketing. Don't be doing that. Don't be spending 6 to 10 hours for studying. I mean, maybe an hour, 2 hours. I mean, remember, our free wholesaling course is 20 hours. So go through that, and then use the other time. You just need to go out here and spend just towards marketing. Put your time and effort into marketing. That is just way better. Dude, I should have used this chair for this chair is so much more comfortable. I spent 27 hours in the most dinky little chair ever. Oh. Yeah, so again, Mark. Oh, Mark, you're talking about freewholesaling.com. Yeah. Freewholesaling.com has time unlocks on there. So each one goes through a different time. Yes. All right. How does that go when you have the Pro Tier X plan and you want to upgrade plans? I do pay the prorate difference because I had it since day one. Yeah. So X plan's $3,200 and the Pro plan's $1,908. So you just pay an extra $1,300 to get it prorated out. Oh, Beth, I know. Trust me, Beth. The M2M stuff's insane. It's the lead management protocol is probably the most craziest one, and then all the marketing cadence and stuff like that. It's really good. Let's see here. Here we go. All right. Yeah, that world record live stream just changed everything for me. I was so crazy. I remember the day I told my dad, Rick, about this. I'm gonna do a 27-hour live stream for this M2M launch. He said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna do 27 hours live." He said, "Like, what do you mean by that? Like, you're gonna go live for like 27 hours in the week?" I said, "No." I said, "I'm gonna go live for 27 hours straight, and I need you to do like 6 hours of them because I'm probably gonna pass out at hour 18." He said, "What?" He said, "You're crazy, but I'm down for it." I said, "There we go." So we went live at 8 p.m. He came at 8 a.m. And then at like 9 a.m. I had in my office here, I had like a couch, like a cot type thing. And I just put some earplugs in, sleep mask, and just went, oh. I woke up 6 hours later, stretched, went to the bathroom, then went back out, and it's pretty crazy. And I left for like another hour. I had to go grab dinner and then come back in and go through the whole. I mean, 27 hours is just utterly insane for a live stream. And I'm just so happy that we have the world record for the longest wholesaling live stream. And I mean, also it's the most views ever in 24 hours on any live stream ever. So it's pretty cool. You were delusional. He was right. I was delusional after that, but I was still speaking facts. I'll tell you this. So in depth, the team is super responsive. Oh yeah, guys, if you're an M2M right now, please do me a favor, and I'm going to show everybody an M2M this too. Okay, if you're an M2M, I'm telling you right now, I am very hard to get ahead in M2M because the problem is it'd be almost impossible for me to individually message out every single person on here. So that's why we made sure we not hired on, like they're part of the program. First is Corey. Corey's making over $100,000 a month. He's almost up to 400 deals. It's him and his family. All you have to do is you can DM Corey at any time inside of M2M, and he'll personally message you back. And then shout out to my boy, Evan. Evan's like 23, 24. He's making $100,000 a month. You can personally message him too. And he's more than happy to help you out inside of M2M, which is absolutely awesome. And they'll go here. And then also on any single post, you see here, outside of the ones that are like outside this live stream, I've personally messaged and looked at every single post and commented back on every single person because I have a photographic memory, which is great. So that means once you make a post about yourself and I know more about you, I remember you. And then when I put a face to a name and then I see your reports every single week, it makes it really good. Like, for example, I remember talking to Fred, who is a dealer at the Hard Rock in Fort Lauderdale. And like, Fred's such a cool guy. Like, I'm like, I've never known who you are, Fred. This is awesome. Now I personally know Fred. And now I can't wait for us and the team to make sure he becomes successful. If he showed his 3-year-old daughter why he's doing what he's doing, and he's working hard for him and his wife, is amazing. And then I put in my shoes, like, this guy's trusted us to give him a deal in 90 days. He wants to change your life. Roger that. Let's get to work. Right? So cool. That stream was so fun because everyone is like, okay, I'm gonna stay up till I go to bed. And then they went to bed at like, 11 p.m. And then they woke up at like 7 a.m. and they're like, wait, Zach's still alive? I'm like, yeah. Corey's awesome. So knowledgeable. Already picked his brain. Haven't chatted with Evan. Beth. Corey's like really good on the plans and stuff like that. I'll tell you this. Evan's way better on implementation than Corey when it comes to you need to do this. You need, like, for example, Evan's probably one of the best closers that I've seen at his age. Not even close. Like his closing skills are insane. Like Evan's the type of guy that says, hey, I need help closing this guy. So those are the people that you have at your back 24/7 inside of N2M, which is really cool. Yeah, onboarding is amazing. I'm telling you right now, Jericho's awesome. Love Jen. Love the whole team there. They're amazing on that. So that's pretty dang cool too. But yeah, I also have a ton of knowledge too. I tell you this, I'm great too. But remember, they're also great too. So we have an awesome team. We're probably going to add some more coaches on there. We're looking at some other people too to add in there too, which is going to be really cool and exciting. All right. Let's see here. Mark says, will N2M be good for land wholesaling? Yes, you can do it for land wholesaling. I'll tell you that you can do it for land wholesaling. If that's what you want to do, we're more than happy to do it in land wholesaling. But I will tell you this. If you're doing nationwide land, yes, you probably can. That's fine. I was still there. You said you were streaming all night. Oh, you guys, if you don't believe me, here I post this in freeholstein.com just in case you want to really like, Zach really didn't go live for that long. I'll tell you this right now, okay? If you go here to freeholstein.com right here, okay? You go to freeholstein.com and you go down here, right here to I'm alive after 27 hours. Hour 1 to 12 is this video. Hour 13 to 22 is this video. Hour 22 to 27. YouTube has a 12-hour stream limit. So I had to go for 27 hours, do 3 separate streams. Okay. So that's insanity. Clive says, do you have the recordings? Yes, we do have all the onboarding recordings. Let me try to find Fridays. So if you go out here, Jericho, or Echo, as he likes to be called, he posts every single one side of here. Let's go find where Echo's at. We get so many posts in here. We try to find Echo. So basically, Echo will post it every single time. Where's my boy? He'll get it posted. Hold on. His birthday was yesterday. Right here. Every single day, he posts the onboarding calls. So he does about 2 hours a day of onboarding for every single XLeads user. So it's pretty cool. So again, once you join XLeads, every single day we do 2 hours of live onboarding to everybody. Kind of crazy. But yeah, I witnessed the madness. He was rolling with his Mexican Coke snacks and drugs. I'm telling you right now, okay? I had a whole bag of Dots pretzels. I ate 2,000 calories of Dots pretzels, probably 300 grams of fat in them. I didn't care. And I downed 2 Mexican Cokes. That stuff gave me superpowers, okay? Mexican Coke and pretzels. I'm telling you right now, next time you have to go for a 14-hour drive, buy Dots pretzels and a Mexican Coke. I promise you will have superpowers. You will see the 4th dimension. That's what I need for my success. Dots pretzels and Mexican Coke, please sponsor me. I promise you this, though. I was really good for the live stream. after the live stream, I felt really bad. Like my stomach did not like that at all. That was very unhealthy. So I've been, no joke, for the past 2 days, I've been eating nothing but like fresh fish, like fresh snapper and like rice and soy sauce. Like just pure, like clean food and lots of veggies, right? Super, super, super clean food for the past 2 days. And I feel a lot better now. You can only do that. Here's the problem. The Mexican Coke and the Dots pretzels, it's a temporary boost. Okay. It has severe side effects. All right. So it's like an anime, it's like an anime boost, right? It's like Naruto going Baron mode. Yeah. Where you're super boosted for a while, but after that, it's like Luffy on Gear 5. Like he's amazing while he's on it. He's on super power. But after that, he's like drained and it's not good. So yeah, I definitely I went Gear 5 on it, but unfortunately it was not good. I also did clap push-ups. That is true. Everyone said I was on my 23 hours in, and it was like, how many push-ups can you do? I'm like, all right, let's see how many push-ups I can do. Someone says I can't do more than 40. I said, all right, fine, I'll do 40. And I started doing my push-ups. I was already delusional at this point. I said, screw it. I'm gonna start doing clapping push-ups. So I did a push-up, clap push-up, which, by the way, is very difficult to do. Clap push-ups 23 hours into a stream. And then that got to me. Clap push-ups, really, those were tough. Those were bad. And that was bad. You'll run for the border after those cokes. Oh, I will. Yeah, that was yeah. Oh my gosh. Any flavor. I think I have the original flavor of the Dots pretzels. Those were good. The reason is because I can kind of chew it, not be too bad, but yeah. All right, let's see here. Yeah, and by the way, if you ever upgrade to the X plan, we'll refund your last month on M2M too. There's no problem with that too. I'm really happy to do it since I'm always chasing new shiny tech, but this is accountability and coaching through every step. That's the whole point. Florida Land's not bad, Brianna. Are you having success with it? Let me know. So, Zach, if you had a basic line, which would you hit? Paid or government? So here's the thing. As a guy that has X Leads, I love X Leads is the best software. Obviously, I talk about X Leads all the dang time. But I will tell you this, all right? Government lists are by far better than any paid list. Any list on X Leads is inferior to a government list. The thing is, because here's the truth. We have over 5,000 people on X Leads. So there might be 100 people in Houston right now that have X Leads. So that means they're all pulling the absentee, the vacant list. But how many of these people in Houston are pulling the probate list? Yeah, actually, that's a bad idea. But X Leads has the probate list. X Leads is the only software with a live probate list. Let's use code violations, right? You would have to import the code violations list like Muso was doing earlier on the stream. That's how you go out here and do it, right? So that's kind of the whole point. No Doritos, dude. Then I'd have the orange all over my mouth. That'd be a very bad idea. Johnson says, ran into issues with the website. Unable to make a post because I just started. I did a message ad for it and I haven't heard back. So, bro, you can't post if you just joined freewholesaling.com. You have to get to level 3. So, again, how freewholesaling.com works is you just join. You just can't automatically post in spam. Okay? We only want dedicated people to do it. So, for example here, all right, once you join freewholesaling.com, so I'll put freewholesaling.com on the bottom. Once you join it, you have to actually rank up inside of the group. This is why I love school so much. So, for example, you're probably on level 1, which is closer recruit. Level 2 is junior Rick. Then 3, it's called assignment ninja. Once you get a level 3, only 7% of all members inside the group is in level 3. Most people are stuck on level 1. So we don't let people that don't like spend time in the group and message and actually like interact with members, we don't let them post. We don't let dedicated members do it. So how do you actually level up in the group? Well, to level up in the group, do we have the definition in school how to level up? Let's see where it's at. Is it going to tell you how to level up on here? How the points work? It won't show me on here. But basically, level up, you actually have to go out here and you have to make a comment. And if somebody likes your comment, then you get points. Does that make sense? So I think you need like 20 points to level up to level 2 and then 30 points to level 3. So you have to get at least 30 people to like your comments, which if you just interact with people, say, hey, how are you doing? Oh, that's great. Congratulations. You're going to get a like. So if you just spend at least 15, 20 comments, you're going to get to level 2, then level 3. That's kind of the whole point here. But yeah, there's all these, we got OG, there's only, who's an OG supporter? I'm the only one an OG supporter right now. We have 14 people who are on level 7. Shout out to John, Danielle, Stan, Brandon, Ty, Jaira, and Jasmine, and then Jason, and then Jerry. Shout out to Jerry, Nadia, and Daryl, Bernard, Linda, and Mike. So these people are on level 7, Wholesaling Wizard. And these are the people who are the leaderboards of all time, though. Bernard's on the top. Shout out to my boy Bernard. Bernard's out here spending all this time interacting with people, which is really, really cool. So Bernard out here doing deals. I love it. Shout out to Ralph. Look at Ralph. Look at my boy Ralph out here. Dude. Today was a deal nail biter. Ralph's a G right here. What is he, level 5? He needs to, hold on, I need to like his post. We need to get his points up here. But and then once you start making posts and you make good posts, you get a ton of likes on your posts, and then you level up pretty quick here. He had to extend the closing 2 extra weeks. I mean, Ralph's out here doing deals. Shout out to Ralph on here. But yeah, he's always posting his weekend warriors. His Bilal. Is this the Bilal that was crazy? Ty, if you're on here, is this the good Bilal or bad Bilal? I have no idea. There was a Bilal that was saying some crazy stuff back in the day. But basically, first deal done, closing 2 more weeks to go. Let's go, my guy. I love to see it. But yeah, we have all the leaderboards. And so I should send a hat. Should I send a hat to all the OG supporters? Whoever gets into OG supporter, you're automatically going to get a hat, and then you're automatically going to get some swag. Or I could do free X leads for all the OG supporters. What should I do, guys? Should I do free X leads for all the OG supporters in here? I don't know what I should do. That'd be crazy, though. I mean, let's see. Bernard, how many points does he have to level up? He has, he has 33,000 points to level up again. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. Jesus. That's insane. But yeah, that's how you level. You level up when other members like your posts or comments. So you got to produce high quality content. So it's like a little game. It's like a game. It's like a game. Everything's gamified here. It's pretty cool. So yeah, pretty awesome. Going to be an OG supporter. Love it. Tap Pat Rules says, I'm having some issues finding the code enforcement address in my area, and the county and jail keep sending me back to the same other buildings over and over again. So what exactly are you looking for here? That's my real question. So, let's see. If you're looking for code enforcement, so what Tap Pat, let me know what area you're in, and I can go pull the code violation list for you. Bro, what? Time says, is the wholesale market saturated? It's saturated of people who don't want to work hard. It's saturated of people who don't want to make more than 100 calls a day. It's saturated of people who don't want to go out here and work. Oh, it's super saturated. Super, super duper saturated of people who don't want to work hard. But is the wholesale market saturated of people that actually work every single day? No. Is it saturated of people who can make $1 million a year? No. It's underutilized. Get out of here. Yeah, maybe we do hoodies. We could do like a freewholesaling.com hoodie or like a cool hoodie, a signed hoodie and a signed hat. Nick already won his hat on the stream. Kind of funny. Nick, I don't think we saw your email to get your free hat, by the way. Make sure you email. But yeah, hoodies for OG supporters would be pretty cool. Glove, you if you sign up for $195, you're grandfathered in. The price looks like it's changed, but you only get charged the $195. Evan, shout out to Evan. Make sure you DM Evan if you're an M2M. But all I'm going to say is if you put the work in, you'll be successful. Don't be lazy. Exactly. Time. You don't. You got to earn the hoodie. You can't buy the hoodie. Okay? And the whole point here is the wholesale market's not saturated if you want to actually do the work I'm telling you to do today. So Time, let me ask you. And let me just tell you if wholesaling's saturated or not. How much calls, how many leads, and how many what's been your marketing for the past week? I'd love to know that. Is it 100 calls or 100 connections today? I mean, I'd say 100 calls, assuming you have a 15 to 20% connect rate. There's so much money to be made in wholesaling. It's insane. What's the X leads leaderboard? I keep that secret. That's a secret one. All right, let's see here. Cloud push-ups are tough. So Ben says, what is better, you think, government lists or drawing for dollars? It's a good question. Okay. I would say by far, yeah. Okay. It's a hard one. Okay. So for me and how I run my wholesaling business, government lists are actually better because I can scale it out really. Like for if you're asking me how do you make $100,000 a month, it's easier to make $100,000 a month just off government lists than it is for drawing for dollars. Now, if you want to say what is better to get your first wholesaling deal, drawing for dollars by far. If you're virtual wholesaling, government list, right? So it's definitely a push and a pull here. I would say if you're doing deals and you want to scale it out, government list by far, right? So in M2M, we're not really big on drawing for dollars because we're trying to get you to like 2 deals a month, right? Then 3 deals a month. It's really hard to do that drawing for dollars. I will tell you this though, government list, you can pull government lists in like 6 different counties. Way better. Way, way, way better. I married my government list with drawing for dollars. Lots of callbacks. Great idea, William. So how many drawing for dollars leads do you have, William? And how many calls are you making? I'd love to know. And are you doing reverse drawing for dollars sticky notes? I mean, important to know too. All right. Denver, top hat bar. Why are you wholesaling in Denver? Dude, you need to go virtual. That's a bad idea. You need to go virtual, my guy. You need to go virtual. Evan, when Evan speaks, you listen. Shout out to Evan, dude. Government list stacked with drawing for dollars for visual distress if you can't see it in maps. So government list stacked with drawing for dollars for, yes. I would say that if you can stack, I mean, obviously stacked lists are great. So yeah, he's definitely right. William, okay, that's awesome. Reverse drawing for, how many reverse drawing for dollars sticky notes are you doing though? I want to know that. Awesome. DeAndre says, is me pulling government list in Leon and Scambia better than me just getting paid list in a Scambia plus government list? So DeAndre, man, you're all over the board here. So here's the thing. Government list, you have to do. Okay. So it's pulling government. So you're saying pull government list or just pull paid and government lists? I mean, I think paid plus government list at scale is going to be better for you, DeAndre, because you got a little more funds. You're doing deals. So I'd say paid list and government list. I would do Leon and a Scambia, but I'd probably stick to just a Scambia county. Make sure you get some good buyers, though. You find the good areas, though, DeAndre. Talk to Stan. I think Stan's in here, too. William just started yesterday, 65. Dude, William, that's amazing, man. Dude, that's awesome. I don't know why your profile pic looks you so sad. You should have a smile on your face. You should be proud of that, man. That's really good. Congratulations. That's amazing, dude. Awesome, dude. Change your profile pic to a smile. I want to see a smile. Smile really makes everyone feel better, right? There we go. So, guys, I have ended an amazing week today. Absolutely amazing. We're ending on an amazing Sunday. Next live stream will be obviously the next Zach Ginn live stream next Sunday is going to be at 8 o'clock. We're going to go back to our regular times. We're doing our new school wholesaling tomorrow at 8 p.m. Actually, it'll be on this channel. It'll be on Flip With channel too. All the young guns out here making 100K plus millions out here are going to be on here. So that's going to be really, really fun. Rick's got his streams and everything like that. So guys, got any value from this video, smash the like button, subscribe, join our freewholesaling.com community. Go to freewholesaling.com, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.